The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Eliyahu Dov Klar was ecstatic. He was a young bacher in the Ramailis Yeshiva in Vilna pre-war. And him and his chaverim had just heard that the saintly Chafetz Chaim, the Kohen HaGadol Meyachav, was arriving for a visit to Vilna to speak with Reb Chaim Oizer. As they got closer, the boys were more and more excited. They decided to put on their big day Shabbos just to glimpse the Chafetz Chaim. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, they'll have the opportunity to actually get a bracha from the Chafetz Chaim himself. A few days before the Chafetz Chaim's arrival, Eliyahu Dov got a letter from his father back home. And when he read it, his face became ashen. His father wrote that I unequivocally prohibit you from going out to greet the Chafetz Chaim. You see, Eliyahu Dov is a little short fellow, and his father was scared that he'd get trampled or pushed over when the masses of people would come to see the Chafetz Chaim. And his father, Aser, prohibited him from going to the Chafetz Chaim. And while many people would have come up with ways, well, I'll be on a rooftop so that I won't be trampled, and I'll make sure there's strong people around me, Eliyahu Dov understood. It was kibbud avayim. His father was telling him not to go. And he decided that even though every other bacher in the yeshiva was going, he would stay back and learn. The day came. The Bachrim dressed in their Shabbos clothing. They went out to greet the Chafetz Chaim, and they had the surprise of their life. Someone had arranged that the Chafetz Chaim would greet the Bachrim of the Ramailis Yeshiva personally. And the Chafetz Chaim gave them the most magnificent bracha, and he concluded that he blesses each and every one of the students that they should have arichas yamim v'shanim. Amen, they said, and they couldn't believe it. They came running back to the yeshiva, and everyone went over to Eliyahu Dov, and they said to him, not only did you not have a chance to see the Chafetz Chaim, but you missed his bracha for arichas yamim. And Eliyahu Dov was devastated. Many, many years passed. The war and so much more. But Eliyahu Dov survived, relocated to Bnei Brak, built a beautiful Yiddish family. When he was 93 years old, he asked his grandson to accompany him to a levaya, to a funeral. And on the way back, he sat his grandson down on a bench, and he said to him, Tzaddik, take a look at this. And he reached into his pocket, and he pulled out a long, yellowing, faded letter with a list of Bachrim. Every single Bacher on this list, he told his grandson, was a Talmud of the Ramailis Yeshiva that received a bracha from the Chafetz Chaim. Not a single one of them died in the war. And every single one of them lived to be a Ben Tishim, over 90. This Levaya today was the Levaya of the last surviving Bacher of Ramailis. I'm all by myself. Vayivasar ani levadi. It's just me. Wow, the grandson said. And his grandfather shared the whole story of the bracha of the Chafetz Chaim. But then he looked at his grandfather and said, but Zaidi, you're still alive. You didn't get the bracha from the Chafetz Chaim. And his grandfather smiled and he said, my father finished off that letter that forbade me from going to meet the Chafetz Chaim with one line. Kabed es avicha ve'es imecha leman yarichon yamecha. Show honor to your father and your mother, and you'll have longevity of the days. The Chafetz Chaim's bracha was gold, and you could take it to the bank, and they all did. But the Rebbeinu Shlom's guarantee, his assurance that Laman Yarichon Yamecha, well, that's worth so much more. Take a look, he said. And sure enough, Rebbe Eliyahu Dov was nifter at the age of 98, a full 5 years longer than anyone else that received that bracha. Look at the power of the bracha of a gadol, but look how the power of the assurance and the avtacha of the Rabbi Shalom.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org